Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. Brentford 3, Manchester United 1. The Reds losing. We didn't get those back-to-back victories we've been waiting for in the Premier League under Ruben Amorim. A disappointing day down south. Joining me, as always, is Mr. Joe Smith. Joe, I mean, there's a lot to unpick from that, but we'll go back to the start. Do get involved in the chat in the comments, by the way, everyone. I want to hear what you guys think. I know there's loads of people already in the comments. Make sure as well you like the video. You might not like that result, but you can like this video. Joe, I want to get your sort of thoughts. We'll try and go back to the beginning. Mm-hmm. Sort of going into this game, we were relatively confident. Yeah. You saw the team, quite happy with it. I think it's very similar to your predicted 11. Yeah. I think you sort of called it right. So, okay, happy days. The game kicks off, and it's sort of almost immediately from that one Harry Maguire State, you know, we just sort of went behind, didn't we? It's like it wasn't long before we were chasing the game.
It's just like, I don't know, I feel like every time we make an error, it's capitalised on. And obviously, you make a load of errors, they're going to get capitalised on. But that's like the first one of the game. It's a foul at that end. Cunha was fouled. I know people, you know, whatever. All of these things the feedback will be, well, it shouldn't matter. You can't use that as an excuse, etc., etc., etc. But at some point, things that happen and don't happen do affect a football match. As I'm sure we'll talk about with the penalty later, with what Bayern did with the third goal. You know, all of these things do affect the end result of games. Maguire waits too long to step up, or he should have dropped back. You got two options there. He made one of them. He just made it too late. You can't step up after the pass has been made.
No, it's a mistake.
Obviously,
it's a mistake
from Harry Maguire.
There's no sugarcoating it.
A fantastic finish from Thiago. I'm not, you know, the keeper wasn't very good today, but I'm not blaming him for that one. And all of a sudden, the one thing you don't want to happen, an early goal to Brentford has happened. They have one chance. I don't think it was a lucky finish at all. He chucked his leg through it, sliced it a little bit, and it hits the absolute apex of the post and the crossbar and goes in. And the game itself, between this goal and the next goal, the whole game was just disgusting to watch. Like, what a horrible game of football to watch. And increasingly, the more Premier League games I'm watching this season, a lot of games are looking like this. I don't know if it's because it's early in the season and people haven't got their flow yet, their rhythm, they're sort of linking up with their teammates, but it's tackles and headers. That's what the Premier League is becoming at the minute. The ball's just up in the air all the time. Defenders and centre-backs, you know, tackling and heading against each other. Then it'll be trying to play some quick football, and it's so bogged down, and there's so many players in such a small space of the pitch, that it's just tackle, throw in, header, ball in the air, header, tackle. And the whole game was that. It was this disgusting just mess of a football match that when you're the team that is, I don't know if they're more used to that than us or whether they were more happy to play in that chaos, they can come at this game from a little bit more of a, I know we've struggled for the last few seasons, but Man United are still a big team to beat. They are.
It's a big scalp, innit?
Yeah, that game is more important for them than beating who finished above us last season, Wolves or West Ham. Man United at home was a bigger game. And maybe they enjoyed that style of play more than we did. But it's just every week I'm watching bad football across all the not just Man United, but across the league. And it's just United can't get through it. We can't battle through it. We haven't got the players to do things the right way. It's just horrible. I haven't got to the second goal or anything else yet, but I'm rambling already.
No, I completely hear you. I'm going to get into some comments and I'll come back to you. Johnny Carson says, not once in the second half did they play like they were 1-0 down. Yeah, I get your point. Pathetic. Scott O'Neill, he just got schooled by a set-piece coach. There's loads of super chats, loads of comments. SG's been a member of the Academy 56 months. Whether or not we sack Amorim, we need rid of the loan Dorgu and need to take off Bruno when he's having a mare. He doesn't turn those around. I actually quite rate Patrick Dorgu. I don't agree with that one. Clark Kent, this is his Watford moment. Got to go. Sorry, obviously all his last game was against Watford. Harry, he's surviving on pretty privilege. Get rid now. Obviously talking about Amorim. Pete, never been this out on a manager before. It's 100% over. Complete disaster class. Get an interim that plays a system they understand. Ollie in. Matt Frapp, if Bruno plays at CM again, I'm done. Scott O'Neill, sorry, I read that one. Are you wearing my underwear? Yes, I am. Says, blows my mind. People think De Ligt is good. Akash Solomon says, Bruno just doesn't work in a two-man midfield. Shocker. But why can't none of our wide forwards, fullbacks put in a decent cross? Shambolic. Martian, who's been a member of the academy for 8 months, says, I have no faith in Amorim until he shows he can go on a run of 7 to 8 unbeaten and a few consecutive wins. Even that feels impossible. Where's our standards? Red Army, he must be sacked. Absolutely disgraceful football. Wade Rose, why didn't our Lord and Saviour Kobe Mainu change the game? Yeah, let's blame Kobe Mainu. Rafa D says, it's apathy from all angles. Manager is useless and the players don't care. Zero passion, zero plan, zero desire. Not a single positive to take today. Jason McAvoy, just bring Ollie Batman, can't be asked. Abdullah Ibrahim, who's been a member of the first team for 40 months, says, every match I question the manager, but I also question the players too. No fight from the manager and no fight from the players. I'll get in some more super chats in a minute and some more of the comments, because Dragonfly also says, I told everyone the Chelsea match was a fluke. Joe, there's a lot to unpick there, but this sort of idea of the players, the fight, not going for it, not being up for it, do you see that? Because I said one of the things that I took solace for, comfort from the Chelsea game, was that the players were up for it. I didn't see a team that had given up or wasn't trying or whatever. I know they went down to 10 men early doors, but even the first few minutes we looked up for it. And then when it was 10 apiece, it was the conditions were terrible. It became a bit of a battle, but we had that battle in us. Do you still see that in this game, or do you think there was a little bit of a drop off today? Because you mentioned it was a poor game, and I think it was. But there's that having a poor game when you're winning, and having a poor game when you're chasing it. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's like a bit of a difference.
Yeah, but I don't think Brentford were any better when they were winning. I think the whole game was like that. I think no, but that's my point. When they're winning, when you're winning. It's like when City were winning 3-0 and they sort of sat back a little bit and it was a bit scrappy. No, I don't
think that you're all right with that when you're winning.
I don't think Brentford manufactured the way the game was played. I think that's just how these two teams came against each other. I get what you mean. Obviously, if we'd have won, I wouldn't. You can look less at the performance and who cares. In terms of fight and whether we've still got fight, I think the whole game was a fight. I think they fought. I don't know what. When people say fight, I don't know what that amounts to. I think we ran hard. I think we went for tackles when they were there. I think they, were willing to sort of jump over people to try and win headers. I think we were defending in our box with a lot of courage. I don't think there was a lack of fight today to what my definition of fight is anyway. I think everyone looked like they wanted to be there. I just think, for whatever reason, we're not good enough. And the other thing that obviously we're 7 minutes into the video. We might as well get to it, the penalty. Because, yes, so we go 2-0 down, then we get one back. Good goal. It wasn't a good goal as in the quality, but it was, a good goal to get. Sesko needed a goal for his Man United career, bobbling around everywhere, puts it in the back of the net. Then if you've got a penalty on the, 75th minute or 70th minute it was awarded?
I think it's the 75th. I think it might be 77, I think, by the time it was taken.
So it was awarded in the 70th minute or the 71st minute. It took 5.5 minutes to wrongly conclude that he wasn't stopping a clear goal scoring opportunity. It's a red card. It just is a red card. And when the ref's making absolutely wrong decisions, that is a difficult thing. Secondly, Bruno misses his second penalty already this season, having missed, I think, 3 in the 5 years before that. If that's the red card that it fucking is, there's no two ways about it. I'm literally watching it right now. And Mbeumo touches the ball, so you can't say he wouldn't have got there if he wasn't pulled back. Their player isn't even going for the ball. He pulls him. And it's clearly a goal-scoring opportunity. He's in the centre of the goal, or level with the post, 7 yards out. That is a red card.
So we've had just to interrupt you. The Premier League say VAR checked the referee's call of yellow card to Collins and deemed that Mbeumo wasn't in control of the ball. That's why they didn't change it.
But why was he not in control of the ball? Because it's a cross. What does that? That's idiotic. Like sort of detail by people who clearly don't know anything about football. How can you be in control of a ball that is on its way to you?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's not a goal-scoring opportunity. What the fuck is that? Like no one's ever scored from a cross before. Of course he's not in control of the ball. It's not at him yet. Yeah. That's insane. So you can only give a red card for something when you've already had 2 or 3 touches of it.
That doesn't make sense to me. I mean,
so sorry to just.
I get all that. I do. I get.
But then these things do matter.
It does matter. And the 6 minutes, it's not ideal and all the rest of it. I was disappointed when I watched that penalty back, though.
It's a poor penalty.
And also the response from United after that penalty. I felt like ours dropped a little bit. I felt like there was a bit of like, and I get it because it's frustrating and you think that was probably our opportunity to not just get into the game but win it. And it did feel like that we just lost a little bit of something when that penalty was saved. Hands up for the Panther. It says crap manager Andrews is Wuss. Pinball FC, long ball and throwing, Stoke FC, don't care about the result. 2025, we watch clubs play shit football. Andrews was shit as a player and shit manager. Fix PL. So he's a big Keith Andrews fan. Shane Gates says, your thoughts on whether we switch goalkeepers now, penalty taker?
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, with today's game, Bruno was made to look like an 11-year-old being bullied in midfield. I'm so tired of living in hope for a decade, says Brian. Sorry. Oh, right, great. My things just stopped working. Sorry about that, one sec, bear with me. Yeah, go on. You were saying about there's fight there, there's you felt they were up for it. So what does need to change then? Brian Kevill, says I'm so tired of living up for a decade. Also, James Stewart says he's got to go now, this is ridiculous. And Batjack says all just shite. What would you change, or what would you like to see change at United? Or if anything?
The thing that we need to change more than anything is our mentality. That's the biggest thing. Because look at us and look at Liverpool. Liverpool are obviously a fantastic team, far better than us. That's not the debate here. But they go into the last 10 minutes of every single game so far this season, either one goal ahead and not playing particularly well, or needing a goal to win the game. They did it even against Southampton, a team in the division below them, in midweek. Every single game this season, one of those two things is true. And every single week, they've got the goal they needed, or they've stopped the opposition getting the goal they needed. The mentality that they have, and that the opposition who is playing them has, is Liverpool are going to score. That is genuinely like everyone. You watch it, you sit there, you go, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Oh look, it's happened against Newcastle, 98th minute. Against Bournemouth, they got 2 in stoppage time. In all of these games, they do it. Man United are the exact opposite. Our own players and the opposition players go, they're not doing this. United aren't going to score. Or, if we're ahead, we'll let one in. And that is so hard to turn around. The only way you can do that is by winning some games. Yeah. You've got to get a few wins on the board. And, the third goal is poor from Mainu, poor from the goalkeeper, who weirdly sort of dives out the way of it almost. It goes straight down the middle of the goal, and I've never seen a ball go down the middle of the goal and the goalie be nowhere near it. Like, he's miles away from it, and it's like straight at him. So that weird thing of like everyone knows United aren't going to win this game, and it just comes true. It keeps coming true, whether it's a penalty, whether it's missed chances, whether it's goalkeeping mistakes. And back to that, super chat about did we change Bruno or the penalty taker, or do we change the keeper or whatever? We've got to change the keeper, 100%. Lomans has to come in, because otherwise, how bad are you saying Lomans is if he's not better than him?
Yeah, I think Lomans will get a chance. I don't see this working out under Amrin. I just don't. I'm not saying we should sack him. I'm not saying I would. I'd maybe see where we're up to after the Liverpool game, but I'd be surprised if he turns it around now. He looks done in. He does look done in. And, you're saying change the mentality. I agree with that. But he's had 11 months to change the mentality. Mm-hmm. And is the mentality going to change over the next few weeks? Is it going to be changed by the time we get to Anfield? I'm sceptical. It does need to happen. Is he going to change his system? Is he going to change his formation? I doubt it.
Would that do it, do you think?
I doubt it. It might help. I don't think this is working. Is it 17 defeats in 17 Premier League games in 33? 17 Premier League defeats in 33 games. We have lost more games than we've won or even drawn put together.
Yeah,
Ruben
more
Amorim.
than 50%.
That is terrible. Mm-hmm. I cannot defend that, and I'm someone who's defended Ruben Amorim quite a lot. So something needs to change, and I don't know, man. I just can't see this having an happy ending. Ruben Amorim. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am. I'm just absolutely fucking dreading the Anfield game. I'm dreading the Sunderland game, to be honest with you, but the Anfield game, that could be fucking minging. If you play like that against Liverpool, like you played against Brentford, and you lose 3-1 at fucking Brentford, honestly, it'll make you pine for the days when we lost 7-0 at Anfield. Glorious King says, why the fuck does the club never complain about refs and decisions?
He doesn't change anything, it just makes you look bitter.
UK Stob says, in a super chat, says, Joe deserves these results because he's always deluded before each game saying things are turning around. Mm-hmm. I said that, to be fair. So it's not just him.
The players
I said it
based on what I say before the game.
And also, I think I backed us to win 4-0 just before the game, so if you're going to throw shade at anyone, you can throw it at me. Caldo MC says...
And also, by the way, however pessimistic you are before every game, that's not making a difference either.
No.
You're pessimistic as fuck and we're still losing. So we both deserve it. If either of us do, we both do, mate. So you keep doing your way, I'll do it my way. But we're still losing either way. So it doesn't make a difference.
If the team are sat in the fucking changing rooms watching Joe's predictions before the game, going, Joe said we're going to win today,
we
lads.
can put our feet up, lads.
Yeah,
Joe
relax.
thinks we might win.
Then we've got bigger issues than I thought.
Yeah.
Caldo MC says, I'll give him Sunderland, but we need 4 at the back, 3 midfield and Lamans in the sticks. This cannot carry on, boys. 3D Steve 985 says, like Eric Ten Hag, Amorim has been found out. Other managers figure it out. This isn't being unlucky at this point. Everything else is irrelevant. Thomas the Toke Engine, about as much fight as Joe had behind Asda. That's not true. Joe has a lot of fight behind Asda. I'm going to whiz through some of these before we wrap up, because there's quite a lot, and I do want to try and get through as all of them. Raf D says, we've lost 9, drawn 3 out of our last 15. Pathetic. Amina Verma. Our players are saving the refs of the league. The refereeing was atrocious, like as bad as Bayern. Honestly, man, incompetence everywhere. Ethan O'Connor was super chat, we're not on it, but thank you. Lads, how the fuck is Delow still here, says Ryan Sexton. Tom S, we've taken 33 points from a possible 99. He's got to go. Benjamin Toppin, if you've never watched him in presses or interviews and just watched the team every week, everyone would be calling for him to be sacked. He's very charismatic in press because he does well. To quote Mick McCarthy, can it get worse? It can. Says Anoya Deucer 1. Tron, who's been a member of the first team for 61 months. The best run of games under Amorim was against Glasgow, Fulham and FCSB. 3 games in a row out of a total of 49. Where are we supposed to find any hope? Alex L says, not being funny, a big Bruno fan, but as a captain you cannot be getting rattled so easily on pens. How Bruno plays is reflected by the whole team. Ryan Merrin says, lads, where do we go from here? If we sack him, the cycle continues and the supporters have had enough. I don't think a new manager will bring any hope at this point. If we keep him, we're in relegation form. Spence Jordan says, yes, players made errors, but that happens when you don't control games. Fortis Alsers says, under Amorim, our longer undefeated run in all comps is 4. We've only 3 undefeated on 2 other occasions. Ross Murphy, I want Amorim to do well, but what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing a lot different. I'm seeing bad performances more than good. I think the writing is on the wall. I worry that you're right.
I'm asking this genuinely because I don't know. And so Keith Andrews, people don't think he's a very good manager. Brentford are a decent team, but have had a lot of their best players taken away from us. They've won the game today, and the scoreline has ended up being comfortable. I think that's a slightly basic way to show it because we obviously should have been 2-0 with the penalty. But anyway, they've won the game comfortably. Does that mean that people think Andrews is a much better manager than Amorim? Does that mean that they've got better players than us? Or is it both? Like, do people actually think that Keith Andrews is a better manager than Ruben Amorim? And maybe is he? I don't know. He might be. But I feel like all these games we've lost, I don't think that every game we've lost, the manager was better than Amorim.
Can we try and get these quotes if we can?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like he's been schooled by Keith Andrews. So Keith Andrews is better than Ruben Amorim then, is he? And maybe he is. Maybe like the Ten Hag thing last time, maybe they are just all better managers than Ten Hag. Like, if Keith Andrews happened to have been the Sporting manager 5 years ago, would he have done with them what Amorim did with it? Like, I don't get it. I actually don't get that our players and manager just happen to be worse than Brentford's, than like all the teams that we lost to last season. It's just so weird to me. Is that actually the case then, that Amorim is just shitter than Keith Andrews?
I'm going to get some quotes, some chats before I wrap up. I get your point. It's weird, isn't it? Because, like, do you remember, was it at Chelsea where Graham Potter made a change against Ten Hag and it just affected the game so that Chelsea was straight back into it? And you go, is Graham Potter as good a manager as Eric Ten Hag? Obviously he's not. I don't think anyone would even argue that, even though Eric Ten Hag obviously ended up struggling. It's just horses for courses, isn't it? At the minute, Ruben Amorim is not doing what he needs to do as United manager, and he's going to lose his job if he don't fix up. Of course we want to win, says Ruben Amorim. We didn't control the game. We played the game of Brentford. First ball, second ball, set pieces. All the crucial moments were against us. Tough to lose again, but we need to think about the next one. Pofen says, if you can find the rest of these quotes, this is plainly absurd. How do you accept these results? This is Pofen, by the way, not Ruben Amorim. We have a brand new attack and still look absolutely toothless unless we are up against 10 men. United have to make a change. Mainly walk back after giving the ball away, says M.A. Khan. Andrew says, are these balls still Amorim? Are these bells still Amorim? And talking out their asses, I'm not listening anymore.
Why are you then?
Fair enough. Also, from Ruben Amorim, we didn't play our game. We only had control for some moments, but it was more or less all the same. We need to play our games.
Not the opponents.
Sorry, it's not the opponents, but they were stronger on that. I mean, look.
What do you think, Jay? And not on the manager's front. Why do you think we're losing so many games? I mean, you can mention the manager, but I don't mean the manager's future. Why do you think in these actual games we keep losing all the time?
I just don't think this formation is working for us. I don't think the midfield is working. It's not. And the fact you constantly change your midfield during a game should tell you that.
Do you think he has a midfield that would work? Do you think there is the personnel there to make it work?
Not in this system. I don't think we've got two midfielders particularly that would work. I think you need a free midfield, mate. I don't think you've got the legs that you need from any of them. Like, it's just... When we have free midfield, we look better than this. We just did. And I know that's not the be-all and end-all, but why are we sort of having to keep constantly changing midfield? It's not just because of injuries or red cards. He changes the midfield almost every game during the game. That should tell you something. It should tell you, like, look, this isn't really working. And we've lost 17 out of, 17 out of 33 games. Yeah. So, I think you can have, if you had a team where you had Le Mans in goal, I know it's only just, we just said that, and you had, say, De Ligt and Euro at centre-back, and you had Dorgu and Delo, or Dorgu and Ahmad at right-back, probably Delo, or Mazraoui at right-back, and you had a midfield three of, say, I don't know, even though, you know, Bruno in midfield's been a bit of a top topic, I think if you had a three of Bruno, Mainu and Casemiro, Bruno, Mainu and Gatti, that'd be better than what we're seeing at the minute. Or, I don't know, in a front three, I think you could still have Mbumo, Cunha and Sesko as a front three. I think that'd probably work better. Because to me, it just seems like, when he got asked about the midfield and he said, you know, we played well against Arsenal, and it's fair enough, we did play well against Arsenal. We've had a lot of games during his tenure that we haven't played good enough, or well enough, sorry. And I think that these stats, whenever I defend Ruben Amorim, I always go back to what I saw on Twitter, and it's very rare you see some sense on Twitter, but I did. And it said everyone who defends Ruben Amorim is going off hypotheticals. And everyone who criticises him, a lot of the people criticising him are going off evidence. And I think that's very true, because I defend him with hypotheticals. If this had have happened, if this happens, if this happens, when this happens, when the evidence is 17 losses out of 33 games is fucking terrible. It is. Like,
it is.
You know, man, he could have fucking another 5 wins on top of that and it'd still be bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he hasn't, so it's awful. So
I could have another 20 wins and it'd still be bad.
Yeah.
17 losses in 50 games is shit.
It's shit.
Yeah.
Like, it is shit. So I just feel like this manager now, he's got to bite the bullet and go, look, I have fucking tried this system with these players and they're just not fucking getting it. Tell to Ineos, look, unless you go and get out and you get me a Belabor or Wharton, whoever the fuck, I can't work with these players and get this system to work. Or just admit it to yourself and just try something different. Because I get your point about trying to turn around the mentality, but I don't see him doing that. I don't see him going in on Monday morning and going, right, boys, this is it now.
It's just shit though, innit? And it's
Come
shit.
on, boys. I don't see it.
To have to admit that, not every team, so many teams in the Premier League go from one manager to another manager. They'll change their system, they'll change their style, and it'll work. Like within the quality that squad has. Like Brentford or Brighton or Bournemouth or Palace or whatever. Villa at times, you know, to start with under Emery at least, last couple of seasons. Someone else will come in, they'll adapt the way they play, and it works for them.
Yeah.
We get new managers coming in, and it just doesn't work.
No.
It time and time again, they don't get the system. They couldn't get what Rangnick was saying. They couldn't really get what Ten Hag was saying, so he adapted, and that failed anyway. They can't get what Amorim's saying, and then we get to the point where we have to declare Rangnick's not very good, he's got to go. Ten Hag's not very good, he's got to go. Amorim's not very good, he's got to go. And whilst in the meantime, we've just seen teams just fall apart. The only time we were good under Ten Hag was when we weren't playing his system at the start.
No.
It's like, unless the manager goes, go out there and play how you want, we can't do it.
No.
And this isn't just these one set of players. We've had loads of players in that time. It's just like, I don't get it. I don't get why other teams are capable of changing how they play without losing every fucking game. And yet we get these managers in who have won everything there is to win in their own countries and been successful over decades of time. Van Gaal, you can chuck him on the list. We never played good football that was successful under Van Gaal.
No.
It never quite got there. And we just have to go, yeah, that manager's shit,
Do you know what? I'm still waiting, really, as well, for that absolutely sort of wow performance.
Yeah.
Like,
same.
Van Gaal had it against City 4-2 at Wanfield. We played Liverpool off the park 2-1, flatters them so much, because that game we got it fucking bang on. And I feel like under Amram, we've not really had that yet. We've had some good results. Obviously, we beat City, the Etihad.
The best
we beat
performance
Arsenal
we've had was the 2-2 at Anfield,
yeah.
I think.
And again, it's a
wasn't
draw,
a win.
and it's a good performance. But I've not had a one where you go, fuck me, we were mint today.
No, I agree.
And even under Van Gaal, and even under Ten Hag, in the cup final, we were fucking mint. And we've not had that. That would help. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you had that one. Bilbao, really?
They don't count in the Europa
Athletic
League,
Club, is that what we're saying?
But yeah,
Fucking hell.
we're clutching at straws, aren't we? That's
Do you know
the
what
whole
I mean?
point.
Like, no, we haven't had it.
No.
I just don't see it. And I hope you say Bilbao against Athletic Club, not fucking Bilbao against Spurs, because that was fucking shite. A few more chats before we wrap up. Callum99, why are we backing when results and data show he's not the one? 5 at the back is a blasphemy at United. We need our DNA back. We lost at the minute. I did say, like, the evidence isn't there. It's fucking hypotheticals, bro. That's all I've got. Babylonian, says it's not about the manager being better or their manager being better. The mix isn't right. Something needs to change. You can't add tomato to a banana salad. Both are good, just not together. I've never had a banana salad.
What's a banana salad?
I imagine it's a banana with lettuce and that. Sirius says, remember clearly last year, I love this. Sorry, Joe. I sent a super chat that the coach is not good enough and Joe told me to fuck off. Hasn't won back-to-back games yet.
Also,
did you tell him to fuck off, really?
Give me evidence of that.
If you said I sent a super chat, said manager's not good enough, and McCullough or Jay or Howson told me to fuck off, I could believe it, because that's the kind of, especially the other two, that's the kind of thing they do.
Also,
he's not really that guy, unless it's behind Asda.
You know what?
Go on.
I bet I did say it.
Well, Martinez, 17 out of 33. Bad when you ignore any context. No forward line last year. Bruno Shaw, Deloney gone. Individual errors on every goal. It's not a system. I don't know about that, bro. I mean, unless you talk about today, like the 17 losses.
Yeah, it's not
bad.
all individual errors, is it?
Like, regardless of context, that's fucking terrible. 0 fucks given by this team, says Angry Yank. Ali Jabba says this team cries for Ollie, but now we are very short with wingers, especially on the left side. Ahmed Abdel Bassett says, disagree with Amarim's playing your guy in other decisions. I don't even know if I'm Amarim in or out, but we'll never be able to judge any manager as long as these disgraceful refs officiate our games. Brian Madden says, smash alike. And Phobos Taco Man says, I hate early games. Weekend ruined. Thanks, United. I agree with that.
Brilliant.
Ruined the weekend already. Thank you to everyone who got involved in the chat and the comments there. Loads of good stuff. I know everyone's annoyed and fuming and pissed off, and I feel your pain. And now we've got to wait another fucking week, haven't we, till we can
going
put
through
it
all
right.
this again as well.
I know.
Sack it. We're going to sack him. We're going to sack him in 2 weeks or whatever. If we do, and then it's literally almost like in a few weeks, like a year to the day we brought him in.
Yeah.
Let's bring another manager in, a third of the way into an already failed season, and let the cycle begin, baby. Let's fucking get rid of the wing backs. Let's get some wingers in. Let's get some more centre mids in. Let's win fucking a few games playing the shit system. It's just this endless thing. It's just horrible, isn't it?
It is. It's shit.
We're going to put the next manager in a terrible position if we get rid of Amarim now.
The good thing is, it can still get worse.
Great.
Right. On that cheery note, that's been Joe Smith. Go and check him out on the Sloppy Joe's podcast. I'm Jay Marty. This has been a review. Manchester United losing 3-1 at Brentford. Thanks for watching.